So for this project, we're gonna use the 3.5mm crochet hook, and of course you need scissors, yarn needle, a measuring tape, and 1 stitch markers is recommended for beginners. I'm using fine yarn, category number 2. You can also use DK yarn or even Aran yarn, like this one right here. It's thicker, but it's just as good. If you like, you can add some beads, charms, or stones to put on the hat like this. But you definitely may want to consider the thickness of your yarn and how big the hole is on these charms, because here you can see with this fine yarn, this little stone stay on really well with just this knot from the fine yarn, but this one, it's a little too big, and as you can see, it will slip right off, right? However, with this Aran yarn, category number 4, the bead stays on really nicely. So yeah, that's something to consider. And with these things, you're going to need this tool, right? So let's start with a slip knot. And a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we are going to join this chain 5 into a ring. So you insert your hook right in the first chain, like so. And then with this working yarn, bring our loop, like so. And then bring that same loop through this first loop on your hook, like that, okay? And there you have it, a chain 5 ring. Now we're gonna work the first row into this ring, and make sure that you bringing this yarn end or tail along with the ring as you crocheting into the ring, right? So you just put it here right next to the ring, okay? To start the first row, we need a chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3, okay? Then we're gonna work 11 double crochet stitches into this ring, and for double crochet, you're gonna yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, and you can see here I'm bringing this yarn end along with the ring like so, right? With the working yarn, bring our loop. You see that you have 3 loops on the hook like so, right? Try to keep all the loops on the hook close to the sides of the hook, okay? Not too tight, that is hard to work with, but also not too loose that it's uneven, okay? Now with the working yarn, yarn over and pull that yarn over loop through 2 loops on your hook, like so. And then again, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And that is the very first double crochet. And again, another double crochet into the ring, yarn over, insert the hook into the ring, still bringing this yarn end with me. With the working yarn, bring our loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, and that is the second double crochet. And you will see that the double crochets not only in the ring, but we also work the stitches over this yarn tail, like so, because we are bringing it with us along with the ring. Again, yarn over, insert your hook, bring our loop, like so, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, and there we have 3 double crochet stitches with a chain 3 in the beginning. And this chain 3 in the beginning, we count as a stitch. So here we have 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, the chain 3, and 3 double crochets. Let's repeat the same thing, double crochet into the ring, bring this yarn tail with you until you have 12 stitches in total. We made 11 double crochet and we have 12 stitches, counting this chain 3 in the beginning as 1 stitch. So you can check one more time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, right? We are going to join this first row into the round by insert the hook into the third chain of this chain 3, right? So see 1, 2, 3, insert the hook in that third chain like so. With the working yarn, bring our loop, bring that same loop through the loop on your hook. You see that right there, it's a slip stitch that looks like a V and can be mistaken with the other stitches. So you want to pull on the loop on your hook and the working yarn together to fasten that slip stitch, okay? And you will see that it disappeared. For the second row, we're gonna first need a chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? Then you're going to work a double crochet into the same place that you made the slip stitch, or this first stitch, the chain 3 in the first row, right? Just make a double crochet right in there, right? So yarn over, insert the hook. You can insert here or take one more loop with you, doesn't matter. Bring our loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And that's how it should look like, okay? And now in this next stitch, you see right here, you see the V on top of this double crochet, right? We're gonna work a double crochet, a chain 2, and a double crochet in the same stitch, right? So a double crochet, yarn over, insert the hook right under the V on top of that stitch, like so. Bring our loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, okay? That's a double crochet. Now we need a chain 2, so 1 and 2, and then another double crochet in the exact same place. So yarn over, insert the hook in the exact same place, bring our loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, okay? And that's how it should look like. A double crochet, a chain 2, and a double crochet in the same stitch. And here in the beginning, we have something kind of the same. We have a chain 5 with this first 3 chains count as a stitch, right? The chain 3, it's a stitch, and then we have another 2 chain and another double crochet. So it's like a stitch, a chain 2, and a stitch, right? Here in this next stitch, we're gonna do the exact same thing. A double crochet, okay, a double crochet, a chain 2, and then another double crochet in the exact same place, okay, like so. And repeat the same thing in each stitch. This next one, double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet, okay, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. And let's repeat that into all of the stitches until the end of the row, and I'll meet you there. So as you can see here, I have 1 stitch left, and I'll do the exact same thing in there, a double crochet, a chain 2, and a double crochet. Okay, and that's how it should look like by now. Oh, and I forgot to say, here you see in the first place we worked not only into the ring, but also we brought this yarn tail with us. So the reason why we did that is because when we pull on this yarn tail, you will see this hole in the middle. We can bring that hole together by pulling on the tail, right? And we can weave that end in later, but basically that's why we did that, okay? So that's how it should look like. And now if you want to count the stitches, we will have 24 stitches, counting all the double crochet and the chain 3 in the beginning as a stitch, and also this chain 2 in between the stitches we call chain 2 spaces, right? So we will have 12 chain 2 spaces, including this first one. The chain 5 with the chain 3 count as a stitch, so have first chain 2 space, second chain 2 space, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 chain 2 spaces, right? Now join this second row into the round with a slip stitch into the third chain of the chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, right there. Okay, bring out a loop, bring that same loop through the loop on your hook, and fasten that slip stitch like so. Now we're going to start the next row with a chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then in this very first chain 2 space, this one between the chain 3 and the first double crochet, we're gonna work a double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet in the same place. Okay, so now first a double crochet into that chain 2 space right there. Okay, so a double crochet like so, a chain 2, right, and then 2 double crochet in that exact same place, the exact same chain 2 space. That's how it should look like. From now on, we are only working into the chain 2 spaces, right? So you can see these 2 double crochet here. We're gonna ignore that and work and jump right into the next chain 2 space, which is this. So in this first chain 2 space, you will see we have 2 stitches, the chain 3, a double crochet, a chain 2, and then another 2 double crochet. So in this place, we need the exact same thing. We work 2 double crochet, a chain 2, and then another 2 double crochet like so. That's how it should look like, right? Repeat pretty much the same thing. Jump into this next chain 2 space, work 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet, another 2 double crochet in the same place. And then here the same thing, 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. That's how it should look like. Okay, and repeat the same thing, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in each chain 2 space, and I'll meet you by the end of the row. So here you can see I'm at the end of the row and I have 2 spaces left to work in. So let's do that. We have 2 double crochet like so, chain 2, and then another 2 double crochet in the same place. Okay, and then this last space, 2 double crochet, a chain 2, and then 2 double crochet in the same place. Oopsie, that's okay. Okay, okay, and this is how it should look like by now. It may be a little curly and that's fine, but you will see that you have 12 groups of stitches. So we have so each of these petal we will refer to as a group of stitches with 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. Of course, in the beginning, this group of stitches is this chain 3, and then a double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet, right? And we have 12 of these groups, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. Now to finish this third row, you're gonna insert your hook right into this first chain 2 space right there, right? This first group of stitches, just insert your hook into this space, into the space, the chain 2 space. Bring our loop, bring that same loop through the loop on your hook, and fasten that slip stitch like so. Okay. Then you need another chain 3 to start the row, the next row, right? And then in this first chain 2 space that you work the slip stitch, you're gonna need another group of stitches, another petal of double crochet, but you already have this chain 3 here, so we already have 2 stitches, right? A chain 2 and then 2 double crochet. Okay, this row gonna be pretty similar to the previous row, except that we will have a chain 1 between each group of stitches. So here, after you finish a group of stitches, you do a chain 1, right? And then in this next chain 2 space, work another 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet, like so, and then a chain 1 before making another group of stitches in the next chain 2 space, right? We need a chain 1 between each group. Now 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet again, and a chain 1, right? So we're just going to repeat that. 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet, and 2 double crochet and a chain 1. Okay, so let's repeat that. 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, before moving on to the next group, a chain 1. Okay, and so let's repeat that. Don't forget the chain 1 between each group. Okay, I'll meet you by the end of the row to show you how it's like. Okay, chain 1. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm at the end of this row. I just work a group of stitches and a chain 1 here. Now in this last chain 2 space, I do the same thing with 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet in the same place, and then a chain 1, right? Because we need a chain 1 between each group of stitches for this 4th row. Okay, and now we're going to join this row into the round with a slip stitch in this chain 2 space of the first group of stitches. So right in here, like so, with the working yarn, bring our loop, bring that same loop through the loop on your hook, like so. You can fasten the slip stitch, right? And then you will start the next row with a chain 3. Okay, and in this first chain 2 space, we do the same thing. We need a group of stitches, and you already have the chain 3 here. So we need another double crochet, right? A chain 2, and then 2 double crochet, right? So this next row, it's similar to the previous row, except between the group of stitches, we have 2 chains. So here, after you finish with the first group of stitches, you're gonna need to make a chain 2, like so. Okay, and then in this next chain 2 space, or the center of the group of stitches, right? Insert your hook right there, yarn over and insert your hook right there. Make 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, okay, and then chain 2. So again, in this next chain 2 space, be careful we don't work in the spaces between the group of stitches, right? So in the previous row, we made a chain 1 between the group of stitches. Just ignore it and work in the chain 2 spaces in the middle of this group of stitches, or a petal, like that, right? So be careful not to work in here. Okay, another group of stitches on top of the previous group of stitches. 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet, and of course for this row would be another a chain 2 between the petals, right? And another 2 double crochet, sew another petal, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and a chain 2. All right, again in the middle of the next petal, right, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Oh. Don't forget the chain 2 between the petals. And repeat that. I will meet you by the end of the row when I have like 1 or 2 spaces left to work in. And I will meet you there. So here you can see I'm at the end of this row. I have 1 space left to work in. I already did the chain 2 here, so let's do 2 double crochet, 2 double crochet, that's 1, 2, a chain 2, and 2 double crochet in the same place. Then of course you need a chain 2 between these 2 petals or group of stitches, right? To finish the round, we again insert the hook in the first chain 2 space, this one right there, okay? Bring our loop, bring that same loop through the loop on your hook, and you can fasten the slip stitch like so, and that's how it should look like, right? On this row, we made a chain 2 between the petals, right? In the previous row, we have a chain 1 between each petals. In this one, we have none at all. So in the next row, we'll have a chain 3 between each petal. But be careful on this row, this also the chain 2 spaces, but we don't work in this chain 2 spaces between the groups. We work in the chain 2 spaces in the middle of the petal, those, right? Okay, let's start the row with a chain 3. And then in the same chain 2 space in between, in the middle of the petal, we do a double crochet. So we have 2 stitches there, chain 2, and 2 double crochet in the same place. All right, and on this row we need a chain 3 between each petal. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're gonna work another petal into the middle, the center of this next petal, right? So 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and then of course we need a chain 3, right? Then another, petal, a chain 3, then skip this chain 2 spaces in between, we don't work in there, work another petal into the next chain 2 space. Okay, okay, chain 3. Okay, so that's how it should look like, and you just repeat that exact same thing, and I'll meet you by the end of this row to show you one more time how it's like. All right? All right, so I am at the end of this row and I have 1 space left to work in. Let's finish it together. I need a chain 3 here, right? And then work another group of stitches, 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. And then of course between these 2 petals we need, or group of stitches, we need a chain 3 like so. Okay, and then insert the hook right there in the first chain 2 space and slip stitch to join the round. And that's how it should look like. As you can already tell, in the next row we're gonna do the exact same thing, except between 2 group of stitches or 2 petals we have a chain 4 instead of a chain 3 like so, right? So let's do the same thing. Start the row with a chain 3 in this same chain 2 space. The very first one, you need a double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet. Oopsie. And of course, between the group of stitches, you need a chain 4. Okay? And so you do this, okay. 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, right? Another chain 4, like so, and the same way. Chain 4. So from now the pattern will be pretty much the same. There's nothing new at all. You just keep adding one more chain into the next rows. The measurement will be different for each size, so please follow the instruction on the screen. So I just finished this row where I have 6 chains in between the petals or the group of stitches. Here with this one I used thicker yarn, category number 4, category number 2, right? The last row of my top of the top of this hat, so I stop at 5 chain between, as you can see, it's this row, this 5 chain, and then this 5 chain all along, right? But here with this smaller yarn I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows, whereas for that one I need only 8 rows for the top of the hat. That's pretty much it for the top of the hat. Now for the side of the hat, it's basically you just repeat the exact same pattern as this last row of the top of the hat again and again until the whole hat is long enough for you. So let's start the first row together. A chain 3 as usual, a double crochet in the same place, okay, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the same place, okay, and then here in the previous row or the last row of the top of the hat, whichever number of chain that you made between the petal or group of stitches, you make the same one. So I have 6 here, I do another 6, so 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, basically for the side of the hat we need no increasing at all, so we repeat the same thing again and again. Group of stitches, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, like so, and of course the same chain as the previous one. I have 6, so I do 6. You do whichever number that your previous row has, 2, 4, 6, 3, okay, and then just repeat the same thing until the end of this row, and I will meet you there so that we can do it together, okay? So here I am at the end of my first side of the hat row, and you can already see that it's already forming like that. It's not too obvious, but here you can see that the row is not opening anymore. And at the end of the row is where common mistake usually happen, where you just, instead of join the round with a slip stitch, you just work a double crochet in that chain 2 space, and without realizing you just keep going and working in the spiral without like a round to finish, right? So that's why I recommend to have a stitch marker right after you make the chain 3 in the beginning of the row. You're just gonna mark it right there, or after you make the first petal of the row, you just mark it like so. It's better to mark the chain 3. It's gonna be easier to realize that this is the end of the row and you need to join the round. So let me show you that. So chain, make the number of chain that the same as the previous row, okay? And then when you see the stitch marker, you know that you need to slip stitch to join the round, right? Okay, and chain 3, 2, 3, mark the chain 3 like so, okay, and work your next row as usual. So here, a double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, make the same number of chain as the previous row, and repeat the same thing. Okay, so it's very convenient here having this stitch marker to remind you that this is the end of the row. It may be obvious to you when it's the end of the row, but we're going to keep repeating the same thing like for many times, and we might just mistake it there without knowing, and you have to unravel to redo the whole thing. So you can have this stitch marker there. It will be less risky. So yeah, we're just gonna repeat the exact same pattern again and again until the hat is long enough for you, and I'll meet you there when my hat is long enough to give you the measurement. Okay, so here's how it looks like. And now if I measure it for you from the top to the edge, it's about 6.5 inches or 6 inches, and this is good enough for me, so I will stop right here. But you can try the hat on and see if you want more or less rows, and then you can come back to the video so that we can bind off together. To bind off, let's finish the row the usual way. We need a chain between the group of stitches, and then just slip stitch into this first chain 2 space like so. Fasten the slip stitch, chain 1, bring our big loop and cut. Leave a long enough tail so that it will be easy for you to weave the end in. Bring that big loop out like so and just fasten it. Remove this one, and we are almost finished. That's how it looks like, right? Okay, now let me show you how to weave this end in the middle in first, and then I'll show you this one, okay? So this one is really easy. You can pull on it to close this little hole in the middle, and then put the yarn into the needle. You want to run it around these stitches a few times. Just put it in there. And then turn back. But don't go right exactly where you just with this yarn sticking out, but like pick the stitch next to it and then, you know, turn back like so, okay? And then turn back one more time. Don't go exactly where it's sticking out, just pick the loop next to it and go the other way for like a few stitches like that. Pull it through, And then you can just cut really close to where it's sticking out. Not too close because you might cut the fabric, right? Like that. And then just stretch the fabric and it will tuck in by itself. Okay, now for this one, you also put it into the needle, and the trick for properly weaving the ends in is not weave it into a straight path. You just go up and down, right to the left, and twist with the stitches. So let's do that first. And then let's go up this stitch. Like so. You just twist with the stitch. Like that. But remember not to pull too hard on the yarn or it will like pull the fabric together, right? Just gently pull on it. And then we just go this way. So we go maybe to on the left. Like that. Okay. Stretch the piece once in a while to reposition the tail that we weave in. Then I will go down along with this stitch, right? And then to the right a little, like so. And then flip it back to, and then bring it to the edge, like that. Okay, stretch the piece a little to make sure that it doesn't affect the fabric in any way, like so. And then you can cut close to where it's sticking out, like so. Be careful not to cut the fabric, okay? And that's it. This is actually the wrong side of the piece. This is the right side. If you can tell the back and the front of the stitches, it's actually a little different. You can wear any side you like, right? Now, I will show you how I put on the stones. I guess there's many ways to do this, but this is how I do it. If you have a better way to do it, you can tell me down in the comment section. Alright, so I will cut out a piece of yarn, maybe like about 4 or 5 inches, like that. And then I will make like a single knot like so, like that, right? And then I would take a stone, put this tool into there, and then bring the yarn through like that, okay? And then you can like be creative and put as many stone or beads as you like. Then maybe one of these. Okay, and then I will make like another knot here. And because I don't want this whole thing to be too long, so just maybe like that. I usually try to match the length of the space between the group of stitches, so that should be good. Like that. So it'd be like so, right? And I cut not too close to the knot or it might unravel, so just leave just a little bit like so. And then just simply put it where you want it to be, in there like so. Tight it like that, right? And that's it. And you can do many more. This is actually a little long, but this is, I think it's perfect, right? So you just do the same with and put it where you want it to be. You can put it all the way around if you like, and that's it. That is the end of the video. Don't forget to tag me in your pictures, okay?